In today's video, we're going to look at the straight line and the circle. And we're basically going to work with combining these two again, but in a slightly different way to what we did the first time round we did it. So today what I want you to do is practice curving your, beginning to slightly curve your straight line, and I want you to just gently begin to work with creating a spiral. Basically, that's what we're sort of working towards. And what I want you to do, so I want you to practice creating your spiral both from the bottom, so, and from the right towards the left, from the left towards the right, and from the top towards the bottom. And it can be in all different kinds of directions. So just play around with that. And then the next thing I want to just show you is to work with actually creating your spiral from the inside and out, which is called an unwinding spiral. So when we're creating the spiral from the inside and we're going out the way, then it's unwinding. And when we're creating a spiral like we have here, going from the outside and towards the inside. Now obviously these aren't actual spirals yet, but we're coming from the outside and going in, then it's an involving spiral is what it's called in Kitsley's book anyway. So want you to practice what it feels like when you go towards the right, and if you're going towards the left. So just practice what does it feel like when I'm coming from the inside and going either to the left or to the right. And then the next thing to practice is basically having a sort of little hook almost at the end of your line. Now I'm having a little pause so you can see the little kind of hook that I have here. So you can see it's not even really a half circle, it's more like a little hook, I would call it, at the end. And then at the end of your hook you have another little hook and you just go out the way. So you start off by coming in with your little hook and then you're leaving. And what you should do, what you should practice is it's almost like a little jump that you're creating. So it should feel when you're coming in to do, you know, you're coming in with your involving line, then you're jumping. It's almost like a little jumping off point, and then you're jumping over to your unwinding line. And what you want to notice when you're doing this is the quality, because the involving line, so the line which comes in the way, is the line which, this line is the one that relates to the binding. So as you should feel you're coming in with your line and then you're slowing down like we have done when we've been binding in the previous videos I've shown. We're slowing down to bind, and then when you're going into your unwinding spiral, the one that comes from the center and goes towards the outside, it's the unwinding spiral. That's when we're releasing. So that's where we're letting go and kind of speeding up. But obviously, initially, you don't want to go really fast from the start because then you'll lose your way. You just go kind of slowly and then you can release. So, you know, you want to practice doing a spiral that comes in and then a spiral that goes out the way. So here it's difficult to see because I've kind of not curved it round as I maybe should have. I should maybe have curved it round here and then let go that way, and that way it would have been easier to see. But basically I think I'll maybe just draw up one or two of these with a coloured crayon. So we use the blue for going inwards. So here we're going in the way, so we're practicing going in the way, and then we're jumping to the red. Now obviously I don't want you to actually do this, but we're coming out with the red. So it's just to illustrate the difference. So initially practice straight lines and then kind of start getting a little hook onto your straight lines, start curving your lines, then start creating your lines from all kinds of different directions. Start trying to go from the inside, so that is doing an unwinding spiral, and then start trying to go with, so I'll just use the blue again here. So then the next thing you want to do is do the blue, come in with a little hook like that, and then with your pencil, then you want to have that, you want to start feeling that little jumping off point, and you should definitely be able to feel that doing that. Try and look for the difference in the feeling. So you're coming in, jumping to going out, and try and see if you can sense the difference. And then you can start rolling, curving your lines. Sorry, so the blue obviously going in and the red going out, curving your lines a bit more. And then in the next video, we'll take it a little bit further, but initially, you know, just have fun with this. And I'll see you next week for a new